A local organization is lending a helping hand to the community this Thanksgiving. We'll take you live to Harvest Soup Kitchen.
Plus, a familiar face returns to head up Muncie's Police Department. What the new chief is saying about his new staff.
Also, rain chances are in store as we go through the remainder of the week. I'll have your full Thanksgiving forecast in just a few moments. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
And good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Cameron DeBlasio.
And I'm Mr. Bauer. Thank you for joining us.
Well, Governor-elect Eric Holcomb announced today that former Chief of Staff for Governor Mitch Daniels, Earl Good, will be his Chief of Staff. Good was Daniels' Chief of Staff for 6 years and is currently leading Holcomb's transition board. Holcomb believes his upcoming administration with Good will be able to move in new directions made possible by the incoming Republican presidential administration. Good said he is choosing to return to his former role because, quote, it's a unique opportunity to serve your state twice.
One of Muncie's former police chiefs will come home. Joe Winkle will be the new police chief after Steve Stewart's sudden departure. Winkle served for 12 years in that position from 1996 to 2008. Winkle says he is honored to return in a news conference with City Hall. Winkle expressed concern over his young staff. He wants them to be more experienced, but said they will figure it out. Until Winkle has a replacement for his former position, Deputy Chief Mark Vollmer will be in charge.
A Muncie man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for stalking a female acquaintance. 52-year-old Calvin Franklin Harris pled guilty to stalking charges last June. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Judy Calhoun said Harris threatened the victim via text messages and shut off her electricity. Judge Linda Ralou Wolf sentenced Harris to the maximum of 5 years since Harris is a habitual offender. Harris's criminal record includes 3 cases of battery, 1 case of burglary, 2 cases of criminal recklessness, and 3 cases of intimidation.
With Thanksgiving break approaching, the University Police Department is urging Ball State students to be more cautious as they leave their Muncie residences for the break. NewsLink Indiana reporter Brittany Ehrman is live in Muncie with more. Brittany?
That's right, Esther. University police say the amount of burglaries actually increased over break because so many homes are vacant. Now I'm here with the Ball State student Logan Kelly, who recently got his home broken into. Thanks for being here, Logan.
It's my pleasure.
All right, so tell me a little bit about this incident.
Well, long story short, our house was broken into kind of silently, and we ended up discovering that a TV went missing.
Okay, so would you say this was forced entry?
Not really forced entry. What we believe is somebody had a copy of the key, that or somebody had gotten into a back door because it was unlocked and we didn't know about it.
Okay, and moving forward, since we're on our way to Thanksgiving break, what are you and your roommates going to do to ensure this does not happen anymore?
Well, the main action we took was that we had asked the landlords to change the locks, and they did. But from here on out, every night, we have multiple people checking the locks to make sure they're locked, and then we will communicate that with the others to let everybody know that the house is safe and secure.
All right, sounds like a good plan. Thanks, Logan. And UPD Chief Jim Duckham also gave some additional advice as to what you can do to prevent a burglary as you go home for break.
So your next door neighbor is not going to be going away. Keep an eye on your home. If they have an alarm system, we want them to set it. A lot of students probably in the off-campus houses don't have alarms, so we recommend that they put their valuables away. If they can take them with them, that's best. Prior to leaving, if they can get the serial numbers of the electronic devices and stuff like that. Certainly if they have any jewelry, to kind of secure that before they go.
And this poster here might look a little familiar to you because UPD passed out over 700 copies to keep you 2 steps ahead. And the chief also pointed close attention to the 7th step, which says, if you see something, say something. He explained it's very interesting to know that so many people see suspicious activity, but say nothing. So make sure to follow these tips to prevent a burglary to ensure you have a great break and your house is safe and secure. Reporting live in Muncie, Brittany Ehrman, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, Brittany, thank you. If you need to report an incident, make sure to dial 765-285-1111.
Well, moving from off-campus to on-campus living, Ball State Housing is working to expand the school's learning environment to the residence halls. NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sandlaben has more.
Whiteboards, art supplies, printers, all things elementary education students need to perfect their craft. Now, they can be found in residence halls.
So far for me, like the best description of it has been in like a community center with tools. So it's easy for us to come here and kind of just create whatever we'd like.
Cody Taylor is a sophomore elementary education student who utilizes something called a makerspace. This is part of Ball State's living learning community. The area is designed to give LED students hands-on experience and easy access to supplies while in the residence halls. Originally, this maker place was in the La Follette complex, but due to plans of demolishing La Follette, the plan instead was to move to Studebaker West. Kate Shively, an elementary education professor at Ball State, hopes this makerspace can give an early opportunity to students.
Actually, we were looking for a space where students could have opportunities to explore and play and make different things while they're in their first years of their teaching program.
Shively hopes this program can provide real-world experience to students early in their college education. Future plans include field trips to other schools, as well as the purchase of a 3D printer. In Muncie, Tony Sandlaben, NewsLink, Indiana.
The makerspace is still in its pilot stages. Officials are looking for feedback from students in order to make improvements. So Esther, we saw last week in the 70s, and then over the weekend we had 40s for the highs. I mean, I just can't figure out this Indiana weather at all right now.
It has been a roller coaster for sure. Cody, what is it to come?
Yeah, Esther, it looks like we're not going to be seeing the 70-degree temperature anytime soon. It looks like our temperatures are going to stay in the 40s. As a matter of fact, today we reached a high of 42 degrees here in Muncie. Our average high for this time of year is 47 degrees, so we're actually beginning to see below average temperatures here in central Indiana. Now, taking a look at what's coming up in my full forecast, I'll talk about when warmer temperatures will arrive here in central Indiana, when our next chance for rain will return, and your full Thanksgiving forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Cody. Coming up, an ex-USA gymnastics doctor has been charged.
And an organization gives back for the holidays.
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. 4 children are dead and 2 police officers are hurt after a Carroll County fire. The fire broke out at a home in the town of Flora on East Columbia Street. The Carroll County coroner confirmed that 4 children were killed inside the home. They were between 4 and 12 years old. Both of the injured officers suffered from smoke inhalation but are expected to be okay. Names of the children have not yet been released and a cause for the fire is still under investigation.
We have an update out of East Lansing, Michigan. Former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar is being charged with sexual assault involving at least 1 victim younger than 13. The charges came earlier today. An investigation was launched in September after the Indy Star reported sexual abuse allegations against him by 2 women. A total of 36 people filed complaints with Michigan State University police with addresses where the doctor worked. The alleged abuse happened at the doctor's home between 1996 and 2005, according to court records. The MSU police chief announced that a news conference will take place Tuesday at 1 p.m. to discuss the case. If convicted, Nassar could spend up to life in prison.
Saturday evening, BSU Feminists for Action held a vigil to commemorate Transgender Day of Remembrance. Ball State students and community members gathered to remember transgender victims of suicide while also celebrating transgender people in their lives. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention found that 46% of trans men and 42% of trans women have attempted suicide. BSU Feminists for Action President Emma Engler described ways to combat this problem.
It's a matter of having a community and establishing a community so that people know that there's always somewhere they can go. We have people from Counseling Center, people from Spectrum, and we talk a lot about how our office is always a safe space. And just lending out a helping hand whenever you can is a big part of suicide prevention.
For more information on the vigil or suicide prevention resources, you can visit the BSU Feminists for Action Facebook page or their office in the Student Center.
Well, it isn't all about feasts and football for everyone on Thanksgiving. For some, the holiday is a time to give back. NewsLink Indiana's Kyle Riggles has more on how one organization is doing just that.
I'm here at Harvest Soup Kitchen, where right now it's closed and no one's inside. But come this Thursday, it'll be filled up for a free Thanksgiving meal.
For Harvest Soup Kitchen, it is a daily privilege to help those in need. With Delaware County having one of the highest poverty rates in the state, many people are food insecure, and that is where the Soup Kitchen and its volunteers come in.
Well, what we do is it's a really big service to the city. We've managed to help a lot of people in need. It's a very anonymous thing, so if you need a meal, just come and go. It's okay.
For the Thanksgiving holiday in just a matter of days, giving back will be a bit more special with extended hours and holiday decorations. And for those handing out the free meals, especially this Thursday, it is less about the food and more about becoming a family.
Well, I think it's not only the food, but the people and the love that we have here for people. We've gotten to know so many of them that I think they feel welcome and they feel that we're part of their family. And I think it's just a great way to feed their bellies and provide warmth and comfort, and we have decorations up, and it's a great family setting.
While they are the ones handing out the warm meals to those less fortunate, it is often the volunteers that leave with warm hearts.
And I just found great people here, and I'm always excited to help them, and I was trying to help them so much, but they fill my heart up when I leave at the end of the day. It's quite a blessing.
They're expecting over 200 guests to come grab a warm meal this Thanksgiving, and all of the food here is donated from organizations, businesses, churches, and members from around the community. Live in Muncie, Kyle Riggles, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Kyle. Anyone interested in volunteering can call Harvest Soup Kitchen at 765-287-8439.
Small Business Saturday happens this weekend, and businesses are asking you to shop small. Mary Eber has the story.
Small Business Saturday is an annual event that started in 2010 and encourages shoppers to skip the large department stores and spend money locally this season. Stephen Milben, the manager of Screen Broidery, explains there's some things you just can't find in big box stores.
If you come in and you say, I want a shirt for Ball State, but I want something unique, something that's truly Muncie or truly Ball State, we can either create it or we can point you in the direction of something that we have that would fit that need, as opposed to just saying, oh, the Ball State stuff is over there.
Thanks.
Come again.
Shopping at local businesses like Screen Broidery helps stimulate Muncie's local economy.
Muncie is not a big place, but there's a lot of really big things happening in the city. And so being able to promote the fact that small shops like ours and any of the shops in the village or in the city, period, it just kind of gives everybody that community feel, and it puts money back into the community.
Stephen says he actually went to Ball State with the owner, Tom Rector. Tom opened his first store in Noblesville and wanted to open one in Muncie, where they both were from.
I was actually working in Indianapolis, wanting to work in Muncie, and he was living in Indianapolis, wanting to stay in Indy, so it kind of worked out where I would take over this shop here.
In Muncie, Mary Eber, NewsLink, Indiana.
To find shops participating in Small Business Saturday, you can visit www.shopsmall.americanexpress.com.
Well, don't go away. Coming up, your full weather forecast is next.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Alrighty, welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. So Cameron, all I have been thinking about is Thanksgiving. I'm expecting some great food, but I'm wondering if I should be worried about some snow.
Yeah, I think that's a question on everybody's mind. And Cody, you kind of touched on that a little earlier. I don't think we're going to be seeing any snow soon, right?
Yeah, Cameron, I don't think we're going to be seeing any snow out there. As a matter of fact, our temperatures should remain in the 40s for much of this week. Right now, we're currently sitting at 32 degrees here in Muncie. It feels like 26, though, with those winds out of the west at 7 miles per hour, and our temperatures are even going to get a bit cooler than that as we go through the overnight. But currently, right now, across the state, Indy, you're sitting at 34 degrees, 29 degrees down in Terre Haute, and only 28 degrees down in Bloomington. So our temperatures are beginning to get down into the 20s for overnight lows. Taking a look at the last 3 hours on radar nationally, you will see we have some rain showers across much of the high plains. We even got some snow showers up into Minnesota. But as we zoom in here a little closer to home, you will see that central Indiana, we're keeping things clear, but we are beginning to watch some cloud cover move in from central Indiana into parts of central Indiana, and we will begin to see that cloud cover as we go through the day tomorrow. But tonight we're going to keep things mostly clear with our temperatures down to 23 degrees with those winds out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now taking a look at precision cast, you'll see that cloud cover I was talking about beginning to work its way into central Indiana, and you will see that we will have our next cold front begin to work its way into central Indiana. As we go through the day on Wednesday, we will begin to see those rain showers, but I have a feeling they won't impact our Thanksgiving. For tomorrow, you can expect partly cloudy skies. That cloud cover is going to fill in, though, so we might have overcast skies before sunset, with our temperatures getting up to 44 degrees, so it should be a little bit warmer out there tomorrow than what it was today. Taking a look at precision cast, you will see those rain showers beginning to work their way into central Indiana. We could begin to see rain showers before the noon hour, and as we go through the rest of the day, it looks like the main event will not arrive until we get to around the 2 or 3 o'clock time frame. We'll begin to see those showers, and we'll see them throughout the remainder of the day. So Wednesday is going to be pretty wet out there, but as we go through the day Thursday, we're going to keep things dry, but that cloud cover is still going to be in place. So taking a look at your Thanksgiving forecast, we're going to get up to a high of 48 degrees with cloudy skies. Our winds are going to be 5 to 10 miles per hour, so it should be pretty good out there if you plan on doing any early Black Friday shopping out there. Now taking a look at your 7-day forecast, Tuesday and Wednesday, our temperatures are going to stay in the mid-40s. For your Thursday, temperatures are going to get up to 48 degrees for your Thanksgiving. So if you plan on doing any traveling, it looks like conditions should remain fairly clear, but late Friday, our temperatures are going to get up to 47 degrees. The rain showers are going to return, though. The weekend stays dry, but by Monday, Our temperatures are going to approach 50, but rain showers are going to return.
Alrighty, well, it looks like the rain is just going to skip over our holiday, which is awesome.
Yeah, it should remain fairly dry.
Thank you for that update, Cody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cody. Amanda, what are we seeing in sports tonight?
Well, tomorrow, Ball State football's last game of the year, but earlier today, men's basketball was playing in Nevada, so we'll have a full recap of that coming up.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Good evening, everybody. Well, tomorrow is Ball State football's last game of the year. That's because even if they win, the Cardinals will not be eligible to play in the postseason. Now, Ball State might not be bowl eligible, but their opponent, Miami, has a shot to snag a bowl game. Miami started off the year 0-6, but they've won their past 5 games, putting them at 5-6 this season with a whole lot of help coming from the defense. Miami's total defense is ranked first in the MAC, leading the conference in interceptions with 13 in just 11 games. Now, if they get the win tomorrow, they have a shot at getting a bowl game. And with a Miami win and an Ohio loss, they would be MAC Division East champions. We caught up with Mike New to hear what he has to say about tomorrow's game.
They made some big plays when the opportunity presented itself. They haven't turned the ball over a lot, and their defense is a top defense in the league right now, and they're obviously playing with a lot of confidence. I think that stands out on tape as much as anything else. When you watch the early season games on Miami, and then you watch the last few weeks, the confidence level is the first thing you notice on the way they fly around the field. There's a different confidence level with the football team right now, and you have to give them credit to Coach Martin and his staff.
Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. tomorrow. Meanwhile, Ball State's men's basketball team looked to get off the schneid today in Las Vegas. The Cardinals had 2 straight losses coming into today's game against Coppin State, and they got all they could handle today. Now, this is the first of 2 games out in Vegas for the team, and they got off to a pretty good start early in the game. Just before halftime, Trey Moses with a short little pass to Tajay Teague, who slams it home. Cardinals up 11. Now, early in the second half, Ball State extends its lead. Taylor Person down the lane. That puts the Cardinals up 13. Now, Coppin State, they're going to come back, though. Less than a minute to play in the game. Keith Shivers drives, scores. That puts the Eagles up. Following that possession, Persons gets into the lane, past the defense, he finished the game with 19 points and 10 assists. Now, Coppin State, they've got one last chance to send the game into OT, but Moses comes up with a huge stuff to steal the win for the Cardinals, and Ball State holds on 79-77. They'll play Southern Utah on Wednesday. Now back to hoops in Indiana here. Wapahani hosted Westell tonight, looking to stay undefeated this season. The Raiders came into tonight 3-0, already with 2 wins over Delaware County foes. Could they keep it rolling tonight, though? Wapahani taking the court early in the game. Some pre-game going on. Now Alexis Clock down the lane with a short little jumper. She scores off of that. Now Shuck again for 2 points. And Wapahani is going to improve to 4-0 tonight as they defeat Westell. So lots of high school hoops to go. We've still got a lot coming up the rest of the season.
I always love watching high school basketball. I never played, but it was fun being in those student sections and just seeing the atmosphere. It's always fun here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Thank you, Amanda. Well, coming up in entertainment, find out who canceled the rest of their tour.
And which artists outshined the rest at the American Music Awards after the break.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Kelsey Anderson. Just days after ranting in Sacramento, Kanye West canceled the rest of his St. Pablo tour. On Saturday, the rapper ended his concert early after performing just 2 songs and then going off about Hillary Clinton, Google, Facebook, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. That following night, he canceled his show in Los Angeles. According to a statement from Live Nation, fans will receive a complete refund. An insider told E! News that the cause of the cancellation is exhaustion. Self-proclaimed workaholic West explains that balancing 2 clothing lines, a tour, and 2 children has been more of a challenge than he expected. And the 2016 American Music Awards brought out the biggest names in music Sunday night. The awards were co-hosted by Gigi Hadid and Jay Pharoah. The show included performances from John Legend, Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj, and many other artists. But besides the performances, it was a night of competition. Rapper Drake led the night with a record of 13 nominations. At the top of the show, the rapper won the award for Favorite Rap Hip-Hop Album. And that's all for your entertainment news. Back to you at the desk.
Okay, thanks, Kelsey. Final look at the weather.
Yeah, Cameron, it looks like our temperatures are going to remain in the mid to upper 40s throughout the remainder of the week. We do have some rain chances on Wednesday and Friday, though, as well as for the beginning of your work week. But we keep things dry for Thanksgiving.
Okay, good deal. Yes. Thank you, Cody. Well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch us again on Monday, November 28th, right here at 9 p.m. on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night and a great Thanksgiving.